The hour. Hi there. The hour has rolled over. Let's do some Alan Wake. I'm probably not going to do the full 3 hours today. Kind of juggling a lot of plates, so um, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna do. Just gonna go and do. Hey Jazz, welcome.
Hey,
Welcome in here.
I'm home.
Back here, sweetie.
Get someone to make
How was
subscriber
it?
badges. The
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
so here's the thing. I have an artist who's been doing my channel assets, but her life is like, okay, imagine a shoebox, and then imagine you live in that shoebox, and then imagine life picking up that shoebox and shaking it all the time so you can't like even stand up. And that's basically her every time I ask her if she wants to make me something. So badges will come eventually. We're at a pace of about one emote per fiscal quarter, so we'll get the we'll get the badges eventually. All right, so but don't worry, I already have ideas. I have ideas for the badges. Um, you know, I feel like everyone's life is in shambles. Not gonna lie, it's been some. I think me streaming might have just
Coffee's
set it
on.
off, right?
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
I think my stream might be the event horizon, the patient zero of everything. You know, all the things, all the things that are going on. What does this say? Building maintenance will need access to your unit between 9 and 9:45 a.m. this coming Thursday to replace the filters in the air ducts. We apologize, Alan. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Have a wonderful day. Sincerely, the Parliament Management Team. Well, that is very accurate. I too live in apartments, and that is what they do. Thanks, Ashton Kutcher Voyager. I totally butterfly affected us. I'm sorry, guys. It's okay. It's so good that life has to balance out. Wow, that's like the nicest thing everyone has ever said to me. Completely threw me for a loop. Thank you, Jazz. Wow, wowie wowie. Can we call Alan Alvin, as in the Chipmunks? You can call him whatever you like. So some dude is trying to make friends with me on Discord, and I'm being awkward about it because I don't do humans well. Is it someone from our server? Do I have to destroy them?
Oh, hey, I just
Hi.
finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
Well,
No
I'm
kidding.
not
I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
not
On
interested in that.
occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
That's good, Mimi.
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Oh shit. Oh damn. I'll bet you what they did last night. They played a rip-roaring game of hide the... Wait, no, Parcheesi. They played Parcheesi. Coffee thermos. Okay, so if anyone's not clear at the moment, we're in a flashback right now. We're in Alan Wake's apartment. He's shaved. He's living his best life, even though the weather outside is absolute dog shit. We started this game by going to a nice little port town, to get our groove back, and then some shit happened, and Alan's wife is missing, and there's dark people everywhere. Like not like that, guys. like people who have shadows. They're shadow people. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened apparently that Alan Wake wrote, and it happened because he wrote it. It's pretty spicy. We aren't even reading it. Oh yeah, no, no one's redeemed it in a while. Keep digging. Yeah, I will. They're not dark. They're black. They're black people. They're the bad guys that we have to fight. We have to shine a light on them, and
It's true
Okay.
what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake.
Alan Wake.
Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Okay, so I don't think that this is part of the manuscript that we're finding. I think these are pages from an Alex Casey novel that he had already written or had started writing. It's different. It's different, guys.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. The gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
This is so gritty and so gripping. Gripping and gritty. You brought it up because he wants to watch the stream. I mean, do you want him to watch the stream? You're welcome to toss a link if you're comfortable with that. If not, you can just pretend that I died horribly, like 2 seconds ago. Unfortunately, the stream isn't happening anymore or ever again. What a shame, guy. Really is the worst when that happens. All right. Ah, these are the Alex Casey books. All right. The Fall of Casey. The Things That I Want. Good title. Good title. Alex Casey. Even better title. What I Can't Forget and Return to Sender. Ooh. Now, I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again before I read a story. Thank you, Jazz. The Alex Casey novels are actually the Max Payne games. Max Payne is Alex Casey. It's just legally distinct Max Payne because Remedy keeps giving up the rights to all their properties before Control. So, Quantum Break, Max Payne, those belong to other companies. Vroom vroom. So did Alan Wake for a while, but they managed to get the rights back. Good for them. Good for them. Is he a Parcheesi player? You know. No, he is. You guys can help me gauge if he's cool or super weird. All right. We're all going to be conducting an experiment on the same person. Hey, K-Dot. Titles are so small. Yeah. No, that's how you grip people. Damn, you allow me to force you to tell us a story, sing us a song. You're the piano man. Well, I try to keep the people happy. So we got to stop everything and read this story. Alice is never going to get what she sent us into this room for. I think we only have long ones, too. Big veiny ones left in this book. So I have this book of fairy tales, in case you're not acquainted. And it was written like 50 years ago by a lovely lady named Bridget Hathaway. And the stories, well, they reflect the sensibilities of the 50s and 60s, don't they? You know how it is. So, let's go ahead and, fairy tales. I don't have to. You spent no points. The option is locked right now. That's because someone just redeemed it, GTF. Frontier Jazz beat you to the punch. So, I was actually gearing up to do that. Joke's on you, doofus. I'm going to read a grim story. How about Hansel and Gretel? Can we do Hansel and Gretel? Are we okay? Yeah, we're okay with that. You guys don't get any choices here. Hansel and Gretel, page 22. Let's see here. What do we got? Wow. Can you eat the kids after? Yeah, that's what they're for. Okay, let's see here. Just try to show this to you guys without ripping the spine out of this book. It is very old. Okay, so we did Hansel and Gretel, and then we got some kids. They seem to be concerned about something. There appears to be a samurai arguing with Seth Rogen or something. I don't know. Maybe that's Abraham Lincoln. I can't tell. Your library taught you how to fix books. Oh, hey, you can give me tips. We're Hansel and Gretel gamers. Yeah, we are. This is the Alan Wake Hansel and Gretel stream that people have been bothering me for over 10 years now. It's finally happening. This is a monumentous, momental occasion. Okay, I hushed for a moment. I did it. Usually I don't acquiesce to the hush redeem, but today I'm feeling a little bit generous. That was it. You got a few seconds of silence out of me. All right, Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter lived on the edge of a forest with his wife and 2 children. The boy was called Hansel, and the girl Gretel. Sure, where's the controller at the moment? Is it between my legs? Is it up my butt? I need it somewhere handy so that it doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? Okay, perfect. Let's get there. All right. The boy was called Hansel, and the girl Gretel. They never had enough to eat, and as time went by, the whole country ran short of food. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And the family began to starve. At last, all they had to eat were a few shriveled apples. There was not even so much as a crumb of bread left in the house. That night, when the woodcutter went to bed, he said to his wife, who was the children's stepmother, "What is to become of us all? How can we live without food?" "We can't," she said. "Tomorrow morning we must take the children into the farthest part of the forest and leave them there while we go and collect wood to sell. They will never be able to find their way home again, and we shall only have ourselves to find food for." "No, wife," protested the woodcutter. "I can't leave my own children in the forest to be eaten by wild beasts." "If you don't, all 4 of us will die of hunger, and you may just as well go and start making our coffins now." And being a mean and nagging woman, you know, as they do, in the 50s, not now. It's different now. I'm going to get canceled. Here come the bells. Uh, she went on to arguing until at least he reluctantly agreed. Vroom vroom, her heartless plan. Now, Hansel and Gretel had not been able to go to sleep because they were still so hungry, and they overheard what their stepmother said. Gretel was very frightened and began to cry. "We're going to die, Hansel," she wept. I don't know why she sounds like that. "Don't cry, Gretel. I'll find a way to help us," Hansel reassured her. He waited until his father and stepmother had gone to sleep, and then he got out of bed, put on his clothes, opened the door, and slipped out of the house. The moon was shining brightly, and the white pebbles that lay in front of the house glittered like pieces of silver. Hansel bent down and filled his coat and trouser pockets with them. Then he went back to Gretel, who was still awake. "Don't worry, little sister," he said, hugging her tight. "I'll see to it that we don't get lost in the forest." And they went to sleep with their arms around each other. At dawn, the stepmother came in and shook them awake. "Get up, you lazy bones! We're all going into the forest to fetch wood." She gave each of them 2 apples. "That's for your lunch," she said sourly. "It's all you get today." Gretel carried the apples in her apron. For Hansel had his pockets full of the pebbles. After they had walked a little while, Hansel began to lag behind and kept looking back at the house. His father noticed this. "Why are you always looking behind you?" he asked Hansel. "You'll stumble and fall if you don't take more care." "I'm just looking at my white kitten, Father," said Hansel quickly. "It's sitting on the roof and waves goodbye to me like it always does." "You fool!" scolded his stepmother. "That isn't your kitten. That's the sun shining on the chimney." But in fact, Hansel was laying a trail of pebbles on the path behind them. When they had reached the middle of the forest, the father said, "We shall light a big fire here. You can keep it alight with the dry sticks on the ground." And when they had collected a large heap of these, and the flames began to take a good hold, he told them, "Now, lie down by the fire, children, and rest. Your mother and I are going farther into the forest to cut more wood. When we have finished, we shall come back and fetch you." So Hansel and Gretel sat down near the fire and waited. They stoked it and waited. At lunchtime, they ate their apples. They could hear the sound of an axe in the distance and thought it was their father felling trees. But it was not an axe that they heard. It was a branch. The wind was blowing against a tree. They talked a little at first to cheer each other up, but after they had waited a very long time, their eyelids grew heavier and heavier. Finally, huddled together, side by side, they both fell fast asleep. When they woke up, it was completely dark, and the fire had gone out completely. We shall never find our way out of this wood again," cried Gretel with that voice of hers, beginning to weep. "Wait," said Hansel. "The moon will be up soon, and then we shall be able to see again." Once the moon had risen, he took his sister by the hand and followed the track of pebbles, which shone like silver coins in the moonlight, leading them all the way back to their parents' house. They knocked at the door, and when the woman opened it and saw Hansel and Gretel, she pretended that she had been expecting to see them. "You naughty children," she scolded. "Why did you sleep so long in the forest?" "We began to think you were never coming home." Gross. But their father was really glad to see them and hugged them close, for he had bitterly regretted leaving them behind. Not long afterwards, there was another great famine in the country, and once again there was no more food in the woodcutter's house. That night the hungry children heard their stepmother say, "It's no good. The children will have to go. There's not enough food left to feed all of us." Again, the father argued and pleaded with her, and again she insisted on getting her way in the end. When his parents had gone to sleep, Hansel got out of bed and tried, as he had done before, to fill his pockets with pebbles. But this time his stepmother had bolted the door, and he could not get out. So he returned to Gretel and tried to comfort her. "Don't worry," he reassured her. "Sleep well now, for God will take care of us later." Next morning the woman woke the children at dawn, gave them each a crust of bread for lunch, and told them they were going to collect wood in the forest again. On the way there, Hansel kept looking back at the house, and his father asked him why he was so slow. "I'm looking at my little pigeon sitting on the roof," he answered. "That isn't your pigeon, idiot! That's the sun shining on the chimney," said the woman. But in reality, Hansel was crumbling up the bread in his pocket and dropping it on the ground to mark the trail. This time they went even deeper into the forest than before. Again, the parents lit a big fire and told the children to sit by it and wait while they went to cut wood. "In the evening we shall come back and fetch you," the stepmother told Hansel and Gretel. At midday, Gretel shared her bread with Hansel, for he had strewn all his along the trail. Then they fell asleep, and the sun set while they were still sleeping. When they awoke, it was quite dark. Gretel began to cry, and Hansel comforted her by saying, "The moon will be up soon, Gretel, and then we shall see the breadcrumbs I scattered on the path. They will show us the way back to the house, like the pebbles did before." But when the moon had risen, there were no breadcrumbs to be seen, because the birds and insects in the forest had eaten them all up. "Never mind," Hansel said bravely to Gretel. "We shall just have to find our own way out." By the third morning, they realized that they were completely lost. They seemed to be wandering in circles that led deeper and deeper into the forest. Feeling tired and hungry and frightened, they sat down on a log and wondered what to do next. Suddenly, they realized that a beautiful little snow-white bird was sitting on a branch above their heads, singing most sweetly. It seemed to be singing to them, encouraging them not to despair. Then it fluttered a little way off and seemed to be waiting for them. They rose and kept following it through the trees until they came to a little house in a clearing. It was no ordinary house, for its walls were built of honey bread and nuts. Gross. Its roof was tiled with sugar cakes, and its windows were made of peppermint sticks. "Now we can eat all we want!" shouted Hansel, and he and Gretel began pulling off pieces of the roof and walls and stuffing them into their mouths. Then a voice called from inside, "Nibble, nibble, no." "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling at my house?" "The wind, the heaven-born wind," the children called back gaily, with their mouths crammed full. They had eaten a big chunk of the roof and were pulling out the window panes so they could lick them more easily when suddenly the door of the house opened, and an old woman came hobbling out, leaning heavily on a crutch. The children shrank back in terror, but instead of scolding them, she smiled at them and said sweetly, "My dears, however did you find your way here? Come inside, and I will give you better food than this. Don't be afraid. No harm will come to you." She took the children's hands and led them into the kitchen, where a wonderful meal had already been prepared. On the table stood steaming hot pancakes with syrup and apples and nuts. When they had eaten their fill, the old woman led them to a room with 2 cozy little white beds in it. Hansel and Gretel fell asleep that night, thinking they must surely have reached heaven. But the old woman was only pretending to be friendly. In reality, she was an evil witch whose favorite food was little children. She had built the house of sugar and spice to entice children to visit her bars, and once they were in her power, she killed them, cooked them, and ate them. The witch had red eyes and could hardly see at all, but she could smell as well as a dog or a wolf. When she had smelled Hansel and Gretel a long way off, she had laughed to herself at the prospect of such a tasty dish. At daybreak the next day, she went to the room where the children were sleeping peacefully, snatched up Hansel, and carried him kicking and struggling to the yard outside, where she locked him in a cage. Then she shook Gretel awake,
Get up, you lazy girl, she shouted. Fetch some water from the well in the yard to cook your brother something good. I am going to fatten him up, and when he is fat enough, I shall eat him.
Gretel was terrified, but she had to do as she was told. Every day she cleaned the house and helped the witch cook huge meals for Hansel, while she herself was only allowed to eat the scrapings from the bottom of the pot. Every morning the old witch hobbled out to the yard and cried out shrilly,
Hansel, stick your little finger through the bars so that I can feel how very nice and fat you're getting.
but Hansel always slipped a chicken bone through the bars instead, and the witch, who could hardly see at all, pinched it and couldn't understand why Hansel never grew any fatter, or had any skin, or muscles, or really anything. Just a bone. When a month had gone by, and Hansel was still as thin as ever, despite all the good food she had given him, the old witch could wait no longer.
Go to the well, she ordered Gretel, and fetch me a bucket of water.
Whether Hansel... Wait, hold on. She wasn't done.
Whether Hansel is fat or thin, I'm going to boil him in a pot and eat him for my lunch tomorrow.
Poor Gretel wept, and begged the witch not to do it. If only the wild beasts in the forest had eaten us, then at least we would have died together. Dear God, wait,
Dear God, help us,
she cried.
Hold your tongue, shouted the witch. Crying won't help you. Crying.
Early the next morning, Gretel had to go out and gather wood for the fire, and set the big pot of water on the stove to boil. She began to cry again, and she thought what the water was to be used for. I'm telling you guys, this is a big-ass story.
First we'll bake the bread, said the witch. I have kneaded the dough and put it on the shelf to rise. Open the oven door and tell me if it is hot enough for me to put the bread in to bake.
And she pushed Gretel toward the oven, intending to push her into it and bake her so that she could eat her as well as Hansel. But Gretel had guessed her plan.
I don't know how to
I've changed her voice so many times, I don't even remember what it was.
I don't know how to tell if the oven is hot enough. Will you show me, please?
She asked.
You silly goose, this is how you do it,
said the witch impatiently. And she opened the oven door wide and bent over to feel the heat. Gretel gave her a push that toppled her right into the oven. Then she slammed the door shut and bolted it. The witch yelled and screamed, but she could not get out, and was soon roasted to cinders. Gretel ran out to the yard and opened Hansel's cage, crying out,
Hansel, we're free! The old witch is dead!
Hansel jumped out into the yard, and they hugged one another and danced about, crying for joy. Then they went into the witch's house, where they found sacks and chests full of pearls and gold and precious stones. These are much better than pebbles, said Hansel, stuffing the pockets in his jerkin, gross, and his knickerbockers, gross, with them.
I'll take some too,
said Gretel, and she filled her apron full. Now let's get away from here as fast as we can, said Hansel. When they had wandered a while, they came to a river too broad for them to swim across. While they were wondering what to do, a white duck came swimming by, and Gretel asked it to carry them to the other bank, which it kindly did, taking first Gretel and then Hansel. On the far side of the river, the forest was less thick, and the children soon began to see trees and streams that they recognized. At last, they caught sight of their father's house in the distance. And although they were very tired by now, they started to run. They ran all the way home and straight into their father's arms. The poor man had regretted his act 1,000 times over, and had grown thin and gray worrying about them. Their evil stepmother, fortunately, had died. Look, father, what we've brought home, cried the children, and they heaped the witch's treasure onto the table, so that pearls and precious stones spilled in all directions. From that day onwards, all their troubles were over, and they lived happily together for many years. The end. I guess the moral of the story is, like, don't remarry. If you have kids, just don't do it. Don't remarry. It's not worth it. It'll end badly. It'll end badly for everyone. Steal your riches from cannibals, that too. Absolutely. Oh, golly. Okay. Now, we've done that. We read the story. Let me see what you guys had to say. And then we'll begin Alan Wake. Hot potato. Oh, you're welcome. Don't marry people without kids if you... Don't marry people without kids if you remarry. Let's see. Okay, let me scroll up. Make me say control. Oh, I guess that happened in the middle. I mean, I already took a drink, but I'll do it again just for you. Control. It's a free one, exactly. It's a free 1+1. Okay, still scrolling up. Didn't quite get all the way here. Also, welcome to the stream, Nikki. How you doing? Happy to see you here. And Grems! Welcome to the stream, Grems. The whole country ran short of food. Oh. Alan Wake wrote Hansel and Gretel? Yeah, he did. Did you not know? It's Max Payne 4, actually, Hansel and Gretel. For some reason, not too many people bought it. Not a lot of people know about it. Hate when I have to eat shrivelly apples. My stepmother was wicked too. Word. I had a wicked stepmother. I had a wicked stepfather too. This is bad optics. They could have killed and ate the kids themselves. Big proteins, right? They're just throwing food away. Nag's pale. Oh, do I feel? Oh, there's the cancel bell. Thank you. The vroom vroom if cancellation. It's the canceling vroom. That's how you know. That's how you know it's real. It's in my life. How old are these kids? They look to be about 6 to 8 years old. Which version do you think they turned it into bread? He drops. Oh yeah, that happened later. What a parent move. If they were red delicious apples, they might as well have given the kids garbage to eat. Damn. We're just dumping on Big Apple. 3 a.m. Why are you looking? We shall start a fire. We shall start a riot. They're so stoked. This hurts my heart. Yeah, it's tragic. Gaslighting, as mothers do. Eat the children. They did during a Russian famine. Yeah, it probably, with those names, it probably was close to Russia or Czechoslovakia or possibly Germany. Who knows? Those were all basically the same country back then, right? I know geography. I know history. I have history friends who would be shitting themselves in anger. I feel like this is the best written one out of the whole dang book. Yeah? Well, I really put some English on it. I know how we could reduce the household's food costs while filling the larder. Does it involve the stepmother? Hey, Dark Mist 00711. Did I say that right? That's a good name. Welcome to the stream. You caught me right in the middle of someone reading a story out of an old book. So we'll get to the game in just a moment. I'm interacting with all the chats that I missed. No one left behind. All right, it's story time point redeem. Okay, see, people already explained it. Alan Wake wrote this. Junko says despair. Alan Wake wrote every book ever, even the Bible. Yo, Alan Wake is trying to write the Bible too, but he's got writer's block. That's the whole premise of this game. Did the witch want ants because a house made of sugar? Sounds a good way to get ants. She did want ants, yeah. That's exactly what she wanted. Ants and children. She's killing 2 birds with 1 sugar pie. Honey loaf? I don't know. I don't know what people ate back then. I've seen people eat houses on TikTok. Gross. Can't believe Alan Wake wrote Seinfeld. Heavenborn, Comeborn, sequel to Bloodborne. Do you think? Fear the pale blood. Fear the pale cum. You should too. I don't eat very healthy. The 3rd game will be Spinal Fluid Born. You made an Archer meme with your face once. Well, that's fun. Like Archer the TV show, or like the ones that are ruining adventurers' entire careers on Oblivion and /Skyrim. Lazy girl. We talking about me? Maybe. Damn Hansel, getting fat. He's becoming a baddie. He's getting plumpy. She's feeding him cake to feed his cake. You know what I'm saying? Feel like you're a Cheryl, but with no money. Sounds like a Silent Hill Cheryl. The wild beast in the forest is Papa Beatloaf. True. Big stories equals best stories. Yeah, that was an 8-pager. Can you believe that? That was like one of the longest ones in there. Gretel has dissociative identity disorder. She does when I read her. Gretel should sound like Miss Piggy. Hold on, can I do a Miss Piggy? Kermie. No, I can't. I think. Hang on. Kermit. No, I can't. It'll take some work. I can only do Jordan Peterson. I can't do Kermit or Miss Piggy. I can do the third Muppet, Jordan B. Peterson. Clean your room, bucko. Clean your room and eat steak. All right, you always stuff your jerkin, and ducks save everything, except each other. You believe in Pale Piggy? Oh, I read the chat too soon. Hang on. They played Frogger, but with duck. How is this still going, though? It's a big adventure. Steal your riches from the cannibals. What, did you, like, go out to make a sandwich or something, Jazz? What's going on? You have better things to do while I read a story that you redeemed? Thanks for the story, Daddy Pale. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You didn't know I had made it to the channel? Oh, the Enzo emote? Yeah, I made it free. You don't have to sub to use that one. The only downside is you can't use it on anyone else's channel. Don't marry people that show signs of psychopathy and narcissism. Better moral, I guess. I guess that sort of narrows the scope a bit. As someone without children, I can confirm they literally just seem like resource drains without the perspective of parenthood. You auditioning to be the stepmother in the story, Nikki? Because if you do, you have stiff competition. Because I'm going for that role. It's going to be me. I'm going to kill it. We could step parents. Oh. We could step parents here, too. What the heck? I think step parents in general are just bad people. You know, I don't have any scientific backing, but a lot of fairy tales seem to think so. And my own personal experience seems to think so. Honestly, at the end, whatever voice you gave Gretel actually sounded quite Miss Piggy. Oh. So I can do a better Miss Piggy when I'm not trying. That's good. That's good to know. The Miss Piggy wasn't so bad. That's Jordan plus Piggy plus Deborah. Clean your room, Deborah. I mean, I think a lot of them just end up involve me turning my throat inside out, right? That's what everyone sounds like that. Deborah, clean your room. I can't handle the kids. My mom's coming over. No, she hates you. I meant, how is it still going from an internal storytelling perspective? Which dead, the end? Oh, they have to go home. They have to have a happily ever after. They got to rub it in their dad's face. His old grizzled face. By the way, how did the stepmom die exactly? What? That's a story I'd like to know. The moral, too. What happened there? I don't marry people with kids. I take steps to not be the evil stepmother. Thank you. Well, you're doing a public service, honestly. You have an evil stepdad, too? And evil bio parents? True. Got an evil stepdad, too, but my real dad is good? My real dad isn't. I've never had a good dad. Sorry. She choked on her own nagging. That sounds likely. All right. Well, I think you guys have admired the collective works of Alan Wake for long enough. We should probably get on. Oh, hello. Probably get on. You can scan that QR code if you like. If you'd like riches beyond your wildest dreams.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time.
Damn.
Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Oh.
Alan?
Oh, no.
Alan, please
Oh, no.
check the fuse box.
I'm
Wait,
right here. I'm on it, honey.
Hello, are you okay?
Sorry.
Oh, Jesus,
I'm
fuck,
right
this
here,
department is the worst.
I'm fine. Just get the lights
Honey,
back on.
it's a
Now,
power outage.
please.
I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, Alice is terrified of the dark, which sucks for her because I don't know where I'm going. So she's just going to have to hang tight for a while, I think. Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. I call this tale...
Hi.
You
Hi.
okay?
I'm sorry.
Hello.
It just really spooked
Right.
me.
Comforting my
Don't
wife.
worry.
Hello.
We'll just break out the candles.
Give her the torch. I'll give her the
No,
torch,
it's
all right.
stupid, but it's just, especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
I just did.
Hey.
Hansel and
I
Gretel.
used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh,
Sounds like a
sure.
Silent Hill monster, like the kind that chases you.
Here it is.
The clicker.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Do you think he just walks around with a disembodied light switch for shits and giggles? Why would he be lying? What else would he have that for? Explain yourself, Alice Wake. This QR code is a YouTube video? Is it? Is it some ARG shit? I'm gonna have to go back through my VODs because there's been a few of them.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Oh, you know, plucky.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
I think we interrupted this man's fishing
Well,
trip.
then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this.
I knew it.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll
I mean,
take
we
your
just
word
did.
for it, Doc.
We just took you. You're not on the water right now because of. I just did that to you. Yes. The bass fish, known for its deep dulcet tones, is reading the newspaper.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
I'll go where I please, thank you very much. You old man. I have things to do, things to find, people to find, things to people. I'm looking for something very particular. Anything and everything. Have you seen it? I'm a largemouth bass.
Come in, Mr. Wake.
Oh, gross.
Your phone's on the desk.
No, hang on. No, let me out. I don't want to talk to you. I didn't want to accidentally go where I'm supposed to. Hang on a second. Can't get in there.
Need changings, and you can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss
You,
Weaver. Have a nice day now.
You're right there.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you.
This is a Twin Peaks character. Is anyone else seeing this?
Mr. Wake, the
Yeah.
sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, I know all about that.
That was Cynthia Weaver.
Oh,
I
is she?
guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on other things these days.
Well, that's
Should fit
great.
right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Is that a rhetorical question? Okay, I'm leaving. I gotta get out. I gotta get away from you. You're saying a lot of words, and I don't like any of them. From editor to lamp petter, what a career change. Hey, I mean, you know, retirement hits us all different. Thermos, dude, I am so diuretic right now.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton.
I do. I get
There's
haunted
no
by
sign of
dark
him.
people.
Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over. Okay, roger that, guys.
Fucky
Keep
Stucky.
looking for Stucky. James out.
Well, I feel like we're probably not going to find Stucky. I don't know. It's just a feeling I get. This is the same game series as Control. There's going to be a lot of
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up
lot of
the shot.
faffing around.
Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Nope, Nikki, I have a proviso. I have a failsafe in place because Alan Wake takes place in the same universe. Will you I'm sorry, that was rude. I'm talking right now. Hang on. Alan Wake takes place in the same universe as Control, and as such, I'm going to have to mention it a lot. And in the interest of not dying from water poisoning, anytime I say Control in context of the Remedyverse, it doesn't count. Okay. Missing: Richard Baugh, Bruce Dansky, Jacob Miller. On a camping trip, overdue, haven't been in contact. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, please call 555-5555. Thank you. Okay, will do. I'll do that. I'll do that right away. Hello, Sheriff. Nice to meet you. Funny seeing you here. Is this my phone?
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
It was probably a good idea to take control away from me.
Last night,
see?
But I couldn't. She'd locked me up.
Now I said the thing.
Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Dick Bachman.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back. I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the call. Alice's life was at stake.
Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
Hey, mister!
This is a lot of peripheral noise.
The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
That's reasonable. Let's hit the light switch for him. There you go, Buster.
Man, thank you. Hey, you're all right.
I'm a good guy.
You're a good guy.
Jayla's so
Don't
loud.
let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See?
Oh, sure, yeah. Tell me about it.
Sure. I beat him up. But
Yeah, reasonable.
I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm all ears.
That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien!
Well, of course, yeah.
I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but
Kinda.
believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
I appreciate this guy. He's very self-aware. He knows what's going on. He can't really stand up without the support of the bars, but he's got a good head on his shoulders. Okay, bye.
I told him,
All right. Is there anything in here for me? Ah, another manuscript page. Don't mind if I do. Okay, comb that hair.
In spite of its human mask,
What way are we combing it?
to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough.
I'm gonna wait for this.
Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Sounds good. All right. Let's comb this madness. It's gonna be kind of hard to see my hair though because of the fog. What if I just kind of create like a? I mean, it's kind of helping, right? All right. Oh, it's so naughty today. This man must be monstrous if he beat up his shadow armored friend, right? He doesn't even have a flashlight and a gun. This guy throws hands, man. Can you guys even see my face anymore? Hey, hang on a second. Oh, that was a big knot. Okay. And that's another one. I'm just knots for days, apparently. Well, I'm going to have to cut this one short, I think. Otherwise, I'm just going to tear the top of my scalp off. Thank you for redeeming Comb That Hair. It's much better. Naughty Voyager. Very naughty boy. Okay, let's continue. I don't know how a comb up ended up with all my hair down around my eyes, but I won't argue. I won't argue with it. Thank you for redeeming the comb. Much obliged.
The early
Now,
morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
I think what happens is this guy knows the secret to fighting in dreams. Like, you may not be able to hurt the shadows, but you sure can throw them off a cliff. I learned that in Ghost of Tsushima. I look like a cartoon character. Well, I do try. Try to fulfill all of your deep-seated wishes and desires.
Fence behind the police station.
Okay, I got it, Alan. I'm looking at
Something
stuff.
for me in an abandoned car.
It's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep.
He's very thirsty and very tired.
It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting. The big day's almost...
Hang on a second. I don't really know any way to make that louder. That one in particular, but I've been meaning to move the speech volume up. So, okay. I've done that now.
Let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition, huh? There's no point in getting all worked up yet.
Popcorn and coffee. You literally can't steal coffee. It's like the world's most communal resource. You know what? You're not wrong. That's actually true. Popcorn and coffee are super communal. You could walk into someone's house. Like, you could just, like, invite yourself into a complete stranger's home and drink their coffee and eat their popcorn, and they would just be like, yeah, that's normal. You know? And what is what they would say. Popcorn isn't big in the UK. Well, I know you guys are weird over there. You have, like, weird food in England, right? Like, you bake blood into pies and call it pudding, and you have a classic British F words over there. It's Looney Tunes. Spotted dick. Yeah. Beans on toast. Like, where does it end? Okay, wake at Lover's Peak.
The kidnapper
Deal.
fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the
JK
waterfall
waking.
in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Yeah, I'll never understand. And it seems like English people don't really understand pudding either, right? Like, everything is pudding. It's like you have a muffin with, like, a dollop of jam on it. That's pudding. You have soup. That's pudding. You just have, like, a hollowed out mushroom with chocolate in it or something. Not even chocolate ganache, just, like, chocolate chips. That's pudding.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Okay, let's go.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Yeah, we gotta get Alice back from the kidnappers, guys. That's totally what's happened to her, and we totally have to go do that. It's very important. We're following a very red plot line right now. Red is the line of fate. That's the most important kind.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Cool. You know, oh, there's even a little bit of smoke coming off the top of it. That's fun. It's when I first played Alan Wake, it was pretty disarming when that sort of thing would happen. You know, spooky even. But I've played Control, where you have to watch nightmare-fueled puppet shows on the regular. This is nothing. This is baby food. You know. Do you think he'll notice?
Marvelous, sir.
I'm not going to do him like that. Hang on. Oh, no. Okay, I can't turn it back. Oh, hang on. Rave.
Paused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions.
Hello. Oh, I came in too fast.
Are
Sorry.
you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'm in a strong horror bones.
Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Colder Lake
Hartman.
Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Got him.
Oh my! Take it easy.
I don't like clinics.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent.
He just punched a man in a police station.
Business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want
Joey Wheeler's dad.
charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
They're just gonna let him.
What was that about, Al?
Gonna let him walk.
We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I mean, they honestly should have. I just punched a pillar of the community in the police station.
I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park.
His hands like
The plan
Tyson.
was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Barry, you found
Bad.
Oh, wow.
It's bad.
I was just thinking about you too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later.
Straight back? Okay.
Who's
I can do
Max?
that. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
What an airhead.
Jeez,
I'll just
Mr.
pause the
Takes
game
us.
real quick because I don't want to step over this amazing dialogue. Hi, hello everybody. All the way back. My hair has never been this tangled in my whole life. Hang on, I gotta create the roof. Right? Jesus. It's okay. I'll work this out. I'll work it out or go bald. I might just go bald. The comb is not even going through. This is nuts. I think we might have a wash today, guys. I don't know. Try to get a bump in that hair since it's tangled. Well, I think I think that's it. Just, there we go. Thank you. Thank you. Vroom vroom. Thank you for redeeming Comb That Hair, Frontier Jazz. I appreciate it. Hang on a second. I know I missed some chats. I'm getting canceled all up and down the street here, much like a motorcycle. Real ride or die, bitch. Alan Wake throws hands like Tyson. When the Clashing Colors is that get up, I'll tell you what it is. 2009, buddy. I think Alice should get away from Alan. He seems a little unstable. What the ever-loving fuck would you punch? Why would you punch a dude because he happened to talk to your missing wife? All right, I'll try to run through it with you from what I can see. Alan never wanted to come here in the first place. His wife talked him into it. It turns out that this was not actually a vacation, but her attempt to get his writing mojo back, because there's a clinic in this small town that helps struggling artists get past their blocks, which made him very testy. He became testy Wake. Very, very mad hours about it. And then his wife just disappears. She falls in the water, ostensibly drowns, but then is also kidnapped by terrorists. And this guy has the gall to show up at the police station bragging about how he's the reason they're there. Unbelievable. I think that's the reasoning.
Everybody, this is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and
It was an Alan mistake for sure.
a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated
Yeah,
to
Nikki,
you.
Alan's a dick.
And she was very helpful when I was looking for you.
I'm looking for dinosaurs. Hey, I found one. Look at this dinosaur, guys. This is a strong dinosaur. Strongest dinosaur. Sorry, don't talk to me right now. I'm checking the bathrooms. Alan's looking for a bone, aren't we all?
You shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Do you think that bear died a virgin? Probably not, right? Grizzly bear. Can I read this? It happened while I was fishing at my usual spot. I'd stayed out later than I meant to. Sun was already going down. Suddenly, this huge animal lumbers out of the woods on the far bank. A grizzly, and a big one. You don't see a lot of grizzlies around here, mostly black bears. They're not so bad. More scared of you than you are of them. That's true. I've played Red Dead Redemption 2 and they run away from you. So that's a fact. That's the biological truth. But grizzlies are another thing altogether. I froze, of course. I've treated a few maulings in my life, if you know what I'm saying. So I know the kind of damage these things can do. Started reeling my lines in, hoping to get out of there fast. The grizzly notices me, though. Looks right at me. Now, I've got a few trout already in my basket, and I could tell the grizzly was smelling an easy meal. Started getting into the river, heading my way. I thought I was going to have to run for it in my waders, but then the bear stopped. Looked like it was sniffing the air. Whatever it smelled spooked the devil out of it, and it bolted back the way it had come. Gave me a good fright, that's for sure. Dr. Nelson. Sorry, what does that have to do with this bear? I thought this was like the story of how he bagged this bear. It's weird. It's very strange. All right, are there any thermoses out here?
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right?
Oh, best boys.
Oh, Mr. Wake.
It's a best
shake
boy.
Your hand, but mine are kind of full here.
No.
Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just
Rusty.
across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
I don't know who Bucktooth Charlie is, but I'm...
Crazy
Oh,
poachers.
hang on.
Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Hell, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Oh, wait, is the dog named Max? I thought that dog was
Max
named
is still
Rusty.
groggy from the shot I gave him, and
Poor
I can't
Max.
leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
He's a good boy. He's poor footies. I see a thermos.
Okay, boy. We're almost done here.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's fix this dog. Alan Wick.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
Oh my god, nag, nag, nag. Am I Hansel and Gretel's dad or something? Jesus.
No, this whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds.
Max is in pain.
Freak me out?
The deep
Let's
cut.
have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Are you done? Yeah? Okay. Gotta pick up this registration here. Gotta sign the form. I can't turn the camera to watch myself do it. So we'll never know what went into signing those forms. I put marks on a page. Do we help the dog now?
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Poor Max.
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
I think you might be right.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh,
Okay.
and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little
Rude.
worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want the trouble.
Right.
You feeling a little attacked, Nikki? I mean, Barry's trying his best. That is one hell of a mountain. But look, there is supernatural shit going on.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe...
Can I enter a room?
...who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the
He
same
does?
thing. You gave me an hour-long lecture
Not
on
surprised.
homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al,
Checkmate,
come on.
Christians.
I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
I'm just gonna grab this
All I'm
thermos.
saying is you gotta throw me a bone here,
I just
bestseller.
want the thermos. I just really want the thermos.
What would you
Okay,
think
sorry,
if
go
it
ahead.
was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
Can I get you a
No one
coffee?
asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Happy Pride. This bear's about to give him a shoulder massage. It's very hospitality. All right, I'm leaving now. Hopefully you don't have anything else to say to me, Barry. I love you. Barry is a good boy. He is. Just, you know, not in the mood. Barry has bad posture. He does. He's still going.
Al?
He's still going.
We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry! They'll kill her. This is not a
That was
goddamn
not
debate.
very cool
I'm
what
going
he
to
just
Lover's
did.
Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay.
Very
okay.
milk toast.
I understand. But you're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
He fixed it.
Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Me too. Yeah, same.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist.
You
or
keep
it'll be
using that word.
Deliverance all over again.
Oh. I guess I'm not the only one making Deliverance references. Are you offended by the word yokel? Alan isn't right in the head and he yells at his wife a lot. Yeah, he's not exactly a sympathetic protagonist at this point, but we have coffee. Our copy thermoses. If you want to drink coffee, if you want to coffee that floffy, where do I go now? Out here? That seems ill-advised. All right, let me out. Perfect. I can taste the tendrils of freedom. By the way, Alan doing this is what the police and FBI say should be the last thing you ever do. It might be the last thing you ever do. Yeah, this is, but don't worry, we have a gun and a flashlight. It's different. It's different. But don't. still don't. There, I think I've covered my ass. Ooh, a thermos! Hold on. This is very exciting. Can't not be picking up thermoses out in the middle of the woods. All right, so I think it's time to get to some action now. Next time I'm in a dangerous situation, you just blind your assailant. Yeah, that's what you want to do. A blind assailant.
Wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Okay, bye. Heading to aptly named Lover's Peak to get his missing wife instead of calling the authorities. Based. Yeah, dude. Alan Wake doesn't fuck around.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice. but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Poor Barry. Also, if you love someone with that much intensity, you probably shouldn't yell at them for trying to help you. I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy person. I say all kinds of shit. While kidnappers may have put you in an impossible situation where someone might not make it out alive, the best chance is to make
I knew I should have gone to the cops.
them run scared.
This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but
Nope.
I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
I see shadows of birds and then not birds. It's the scariest thing that's happened so far. Yeah, it looks like this game's narrative is proving you right, Jazz. How does that feel? Feels pretty good, I bet. Feels like vindication. This is why I don't like birds. The birds are on motorcycles. Now! Yeah, Alan is taking a very taken approach to all this. What's in here? Anything useful? Ah, yes, the old wardrobe full of revolver ammo. My favorite.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked
Liam
his
Wake.
rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know. Oh, tell me about it.
Ha ha ha.
Us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're a fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
Yeah, its name is Barry Wheeler. Never shuts the fuck up.
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Great. Okay. Wait. Okay, it's just playing music now. All right, how do I get out of this? Ah, lights. Okay. Back on the path. We gotta save our wife, obviously. All of our collective wife. All 13 of us. Me, you, and then 11 other of you. That was normal. That felt very normal. Felt like a normal thing to do. Since there's an Alice, can I be the Cheshire Cat? I think you already are. I think if you look deep inside yourself, you'll find that you always have been. This whole time. So there's a lot of cabins. This one seems a little spookier. Let me in! I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Okay. Oh, we get to watch some television. Hey, Oni, welcome. Welcome on into the stream. It's good to see you. We're just in time for not Twilight Zone.
But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Oh.
Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Not Twin Peaks was on earlier? Yeah, it was.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, Assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists. Wow.
It's a very strange way to word that.
Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy?
Bare fists.
Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints.
This is so weird.
Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. Like the white shirt is on the dead guy.
Oh no. It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
Yuck.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Is it a reflection monster? It's a reflection monster. It's probably one of those in control somewhere. You think shows should start doing editing like that again? It is pretty cool. Like, as much as I make fun of it, they're awkward, but they're also kind of cool. You kill one person and suddenly you're weird. Well, this person's weird. There's nothing in their closet. Just this moose. Yeah, that certainly sounds like some bullshit. Oh, it actually is bullshit. Okay. Don't talk to me or my moose ever again. What are the buttons again? Okay, L1, R1, R2, that's the gun, L2, that's the... Okay, yep, got it. Alright. I'm all caught up. Beards. Can't trust him. Drop hazard. True. We're no longer playing Ghostwire Tokyo. Pale, what are the buttons, Voyager? You leave me alone. I play games all the time. Can't keep up with all of them.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good.
Aww.
But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
I think Rose should probably just, like, chill the fuck out and appreciate what she has. Can you imagine? Can you imagine giving up the love of your life because you want to go to Hollywood? Can you imagine that? And then you get there and, like, nobody treats you with any respect. You get, like, 75 cents tip. Your life is horse shit.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Ooh, spooky. Also, spoilers. I'm trying to enjoy the story here. Jesus. It's not very necessary, but just... Uh-oh.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
No!
I'm gonna run towards that. Here I come.
I'm coming! Please, help me!
That's not what you want.
Anybody? Help me!
I'm coming, buddy. I am. I really, truly am.
Help me!
I promise. I'm trying. Just stay away from that live wire. Yeah, no, I hear you, pal. I hear you. He's not going anywhere. Let's see. Is there anything else? I've just got to... I don't want to miss anything, you know? Oh, hang on. What's that? Oh, another manuscript page. See? It's important.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard.
Thanks for the combot,
It
Nicky
didn't
Mo.
hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Well, I'm glad I understand what's happening a lot better.
The
Can I
ranger's
go in here?
office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
God damn it. There's probably a thermos in there, though. It's fine. Hold tight, Rusty. I'm securing the perimeter. You know how it is. Ah, a thermos. Thank God. Thought the day was lost for a moment. You know? What about the health of Doggo? Oh, he's in a kennel. He's fine. He's Gucci. Alright, I think that's probably good. You can go ahead. See what's going on. Hey, Rusty! Hello? What's happening, brother? Dinosaur's still okay. Hey there, fella.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page.
Yeah, Stephen King or JoJo. Dogs aren't safe.
It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay.
Jotaro Kujo?
Hang on. I'll be right back.
He's a mad dog.
This couldn't be far.
Holy
Rusty
shit, a
had
revolver?
found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
You okay, Max?
Shh. Good boy.
You good boy. Best boy. Such a good boy. Who's the best boy? If you guys haven't been paying attention, Max is the best boy. It's very good. It's a very good boy. Of course, the door's locked. All right, where did he say the key was? Up his butt. We get a key out. Oh, we have the key. He already gave it to us. All right, fair. Definitely won't get attacked between this building and that building. Let's go.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
I was right. See how good I am at this game? Kujojo would be kind of sick. Like a sick dog Jojo. Jotaro Kujo. Okay, manuscript page. More important than anything.
At the last
Wolf ball
instant,
run.
I changed
Wolf ball
direction
run.
and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
We don't know yet, Mimi, but I'm assuming dark people are to blame. You know how it goes. I suspect we'll find out pretty soon. One way or the other. Hello? Saw a prompt. What was the prompt for? Is it the cabinet? Cabinet prompt? There we go. Get some batteries. Yeah, the Shadow Folk. Next stream title, Dark People Are to Blame, Don't TOS Be Twins. Oh, shit.
Too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Well, fuck. Rusty, I got bad news, buddy.
Rusty!
Oh, it seems someone's already told him.
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
So I just gotta clean these up. Sorry, it's a fire hazard. Anything else? Yeah, there's one there. There we go. Okay, perfect. Oh, there's one here too. There you go.
Hunters need hunting licenses.
Oh shit, I'm out of batteries. This is the worst time for this. Hang on. Sir? Oh, they're throwing axes again. Do I have a dodge button? What's the dodge button again? L1. Okay. Oh, you guys are fucked. Nope. Don't shoot until you whittled them down. Then it's time to shoot. How am I busting through batteries this quickly? I gotta chill. Gotta chill out, you guys. You all need to calm down. Stop making this about you. Alright. Hey, Rusty. I couldn't find the, there was an axe.
Something had torn
Max!
a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Oh no! Oh no, no!
Please don't feed the animals.
Well, okay. Don't kill the animals either. Can we arrive at a compromise?
Fishing is only permitted for those fishers who purchase a park fishing license.
Oh, there he is.
Nobody.
Hi.
The park ranger's instructions at all times.
Oh, he's fast. Oh, he's a quick boy. Look at how quick he is.
Two bears and wolves never approach any other wildlife closer than 25 yards.
You know, you're right. They give a lot of good advice in this form. They've really got a lot. Like, basically, they're just dads, right? This presence turns them into dads. It's like good dads.
It's against the law to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park.
Can you? Oh. Oh, baby. Making me crazy.
Even rocks you may find along the river, or even simple berries.
You're not allowed to take berries? What about Barry Wheeler? Fuck out of here, you dink. Hold on, I gotta reload. You dink. Hold on, I gotta reload. You absolute dink. Damn, this gun sucks. Alright, I'm coming for you. There we go. Yeah. They want me to bait him? Too late. Oh shit. What the? I dodged. Alright? I'm not gonna have this. I won't have this on my conscience. I've decided I don't like the revolver all that much. You know? I don't think I'd be fit to be one of the main villains of the Metal Gear Solid series because revolvers are kind of stinky. Here's Barry. What's on my conscience? A lot. A lot is on my conscience. I've been a bad boy. Someone is knocking over trees, and as we just heard, that's like a level 2 felony. A park ranger misdemeanor. To be honest, Barry's the kind of character where not even darkness invading his soul will make him turn on his meal ticket. Yeah, Barry's a good boy. He's the best of us. He really is. He's the salt of the earth. Hello?
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy.
Hey.
Ow, be careful.
I like that.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
I like it. The delivery of that wasn't all that great, but this is something that I never really see in media. I'm going to explain myself in just a moment so you all know where I'm coming from. I don't want to jump off a cliff, not today. Okay, so you know like television shows or movies where there's like something supernatural going on, right? And it's happening to like a group of teenagers or like some dude or whatever the fuck, right? This sort of thing happens, right? And of course, they try to tell their loved ones, and no one believes them. They treat them like a crazy person. Like, oh, there's no werewolf. The werewolves aren't real, you know? And then, like, one of those people who doubted them gets, like, mauled by the werewolf. And then the main character's just like, there is a werewolf. And then the person's like, wow, there is a werewolf. But if it was me, I'd be like, oh, no, you're right. There's no werewolf. Fuck me. I was mistaken. I guess there's no werewolf. Why are you bleeding like that? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. So it was kind of nice. It was kind of nice to see Alan Wake be like, oh no, it's just me going crazy in the woods, Barry. That's all it was. Nothing's amiss.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was.
Yeah, me sarcastic,
Rose was
unheard of.
barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Oh. Well, all right. Well, it's also ridiculous where it's like, oh, I saw what you saw, but I guess it must have been a bird. Yeah, that's the worst too. Where they're not believers. Barry just being like, oh shit is better. I agree. Yeah, no, Barry's based. Barry's based. For whatever complaints I have about literally everything that comes across me, Barry is based. Confirmed today. Voyager would be a trolly sarcastic butt if he turned out to be right in a supernatural crisis. Absolutely I would. I would. I don't even care about surviving to the end. I just want people to know that they were wrong and they're assholes for not believing me. That is my priority numero uno. Above and possibly to the exclusion of everything else. For your safety, stay on designated hiking trail. I won't. What's over here? Because I'll be honest with you, in a zombie apocalypse, I'll probably just throw myself to the zombies. I don't have the energy to be doing all this survival shit. I don't. I don't care. I don't. It's too much.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Ah, but Moonshine Cave is over here. You know? What am I to do? That sounds different than Bale in any other scenario. What are you guys, building a dossier on me? You don't know me. You don't know what I'm about. I've got facets. I surprise people every day with all the different things I've got going on my character sheet. Site of frequent bootlegger activity throughout the Prohibition. Well, that's fun, I guess. It's a weird place to lead people through for a weird reason. Was anime happening today? I was considering doing an extra stream today because Wobble Dogs is calling me. Yeah, no anime watch party today either. It's been a lot of stuff. I have finite resources, and this stream is a compromise. I hope you guys are still having a good time, though. The anime watch party will return at some point. Don't worry. It's just, unfortunately, I'm not a very extroverted type of dude. You're having a good time? Awesome. I admit I'm the kind of person who has to find a way to make the Eldritch entity eating the universe suffer, whether it's over or not. So you would be like a good person to have in the party, right? I wouldn't. Who's that guy in Final Fantasy IV? Edward, right? His ability is just to play dead or hide or something. That would be me. That'd be me. Play dead, actually dead, whatever. As long as I'm not participating. Okay, let's see. We're finally getting somewhere. What is it? Don't litter sign. Do not feed the wildlife. $100 penalty. Okay. Well, they've been saying that, so I suppose that's fair. Take these batteries. Oh, okay. That startled me a little bit. All right, that was a good sting. Good job. Good job on the sting. Not proud of myself. Oh, that was a flare gun. Whoops. Oh shit! I keep doing that. That's a mistake. Voyager will be there cussing out the NPC who doubted everything he said, while Jazz will be setting traps and actually trying to beat the big bad. I want a Pale Sting compilation one of these days. I mean, I've only done it like maybe 5 times since I started streaming. I got to do more horror games. What do you guys think? Yo, guys, I was looking at Omori, right? You guys know about that? I think I might stream that pretty soon, if not, like, imminently. You know? Okay, that seems to be the way the game wants me to go, so we're going to go this way. You want more horror games? I don't really know much about it, but it's like an indie game. It's very, like, pencil, like, the scribbly on-paper drawing kind of art style. It seems to be a horror game. It has very, like, RPG Maker horror vibes. Yeah, it's very stylish, and yeah, I'm thinking that might be pretty soon. I've decided that Tuesday's stream is not going to be Devil May Cry 5 just yet. This seems unwelcoming. This seems. Oh, this is where I was supposed to go. All right, well, fuck it. I guess we're doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna play Shredder's Revenge on Tuesday. We're just gonna have a nice little beat 'em up stream. Haven't done that in a while. You know? Oh, hello. Hey there, fella. You think hiding in a tree scares me? I don't give a shit. Okay, charging at me like that, I do give a shit about. That was rude. Oh, he's a big boy. Holy shit. Okay, I can see that I'm going to die soon, so let's stop it. Okay, where's the other guy? Oh, there's multiple guys. There's several guys. You think I didn't see you out of the corner of my eye? I have eyes. I use them for good and for evil. Excuse me. Okay. All right. I feel like that's you're being unnecessary right now. Hey, Underwater Furry, welcome. I'm playing Alan Wake incredibly well. Pro gamer. I'm practically speedrunning it. Hey, Neon Doll, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm happy you're here. I'm glad that you're glad. I hope everything's okay. Doing some Alan Wake. Doing a little bit of shadow puppetry. Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? Oh, my God. Oh, that just killed me. Yeah? I don't like this. I think I'm just going to run through. I think I'm just going to run for my life because these guys, they don't seem to have a lot of... they're not nice. They're not nice people. In fact... don't worry about it. That was on purpose. Flares are cheap. You know, if you flare, you cheat all day. And I'm not a cheater. You know, I like to play the game legit. That's just me, though. I try not to judge people. You know. Hey, fella. No, don't worry about me. I'm just heading on my way. Alright, this guy too, right? You want some also? Yeah, you do. Hang on, I gotta reload. That's for you. Oh, good, there's more. This would be a good time for a flare gun or something, you know? If I had to say. Don't worry, fellas, I'm just gonna get a little bit of distance on you. Ow. It's fine, I guess I deserve that. I feel like they made this game harder. Do you have enough time to pee before the story? I'll tell you what, go pee. If story starts, I'll pause the game. How does that grab you? Does that sound good to you? Yeah, we'll just have like a nice little moment to catch up with chat and, you know, gauge each other's feelings and stuff. Alright. I feel like something's going to happen when I cross this bridge. An ambush is going to happen when I cross this bridge. Alright, let's deal with that, I guess. Hey, guys. Ow. Almost certain I pressed the correct button, but I suppose I won't argue. That's what the trick was. Okay, so once you've cleared out an enemy's darkness, you can just flash them a little bit to stun them, and then you get some free shots. Okay, let's catch up on chat here, because Neon Doll had all kinds of things to say. It's a brilliant time for a secret JoJo family technique. You had so much fun, you wish you didn't have to go? Oh my god. Oh. Wait, where didn't... you went to... Yeah, you went to Niagara Falls. I saw your photos. Those looked really fun. I was actually jealous that I had not left the house. Doesn't happen often. I don't entirely agree with him not stumbling when the darkness disperses. We're all tired here. Yeah. What is this, Kingdom Hearts? Kinda. You didn't say anything that important? Well, we're giving... Oh, Mimi's back. Okay, we're giving Mimi some time. Just a bit of a moment to get her beans together, or whatever they do in the UK. Is this for me? Can I have this? Oh, I can. It's my very own generator. There you go. So, if you're low on health, light will heal you. I don't know why. I don't, but that's the case. You needed to pee really bad? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for putting you in that position. Man, we're just taking access to all kinds of technology out here, huh? Not the generator, though. Not the generator. The payphone. That's what we do. It's good. No, I appreciate it. Light hurts me? Oh, it hurts me too. We walked down a very sketchy road trying to find a McDonald's, but did not finish the trip because it was scary and we saw 2 skunks. I mean, yeah, that's right out of a horror movie, honestly. I think you made the right choice.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Indeed. So, I think in Resident Evil 2, I think the explanation for why there's like ammo and herbs and all kinds of other stuff scattered around, like red herbs, green herbs, all kinds of herbs. The police chief apparently did that before he like went insane and left or something like that. I don't know, but he did. That's the explanation. So there being ammo and stuff all over the place here has an explanation too. And I saw that, mister. Okay, you're not fooling anybody. Probably still gonna kill me. Oh, that's a big boy. That's a littler boy. I don't have any toys. I got nothing. My life is in shambles. Okay, I'm thinking what I want to do here is, ow. Run, I guess. Hang on. I gotta put some distance between me and these guys. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. This is too much. This is more than I can handle. That guy was already set. Boy, he takes a while. Hot potato. Oh. Guys? I mean, it looks like they're still there. The bushes are flipping out. Yeah, exactly. I'm not running away. I intend to finish the fight. You know, it's just a bit of a situation is all. I'm out of ammo completely. Are you for real? Well, looks like I'm running away. Sorry, buddy. I didn't know that I could just completely run out of ammunition. All right, well let's be dumb and hold on. Can I get in here? Seems not, right? But there's a manuscript page. This game expects you to run sometimes. Well, I'm learning that now, aren't I? Jesus. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to be a little smarter going forward. Because I've definitely left myself in a bit of a sticky wicket. Let's see. Might feed them roughly Jack Russell size with tails. There's no love on the way to this peak at all. Yeah, no, people are really feisty up here. Oh, come on, man. I was enjoying the sights and the sounds. For fuck's sake. Ow, my spine. I don't even know where I'm meant to go. I can't fight you, okay? I have no guns. Can you not respect that about me? Holy shit. I don't even know where to go. Don't even know. I don't. This guy's just coming for my life, and I don't... Visitor center, souvenir shop. Feels like I'm stuck here. I wish I had some kind of bullet. Put it into my own head. Save myself the trouble. Hello? Anywhere? Please? Ow, my spine again. Alright, well, it appears that this is not the place I want to go. If there's anywhere to go, this is not it. I'll resume the sanctuary of Lover's Peak. This is troubling. Oh, there's a jump button. I forgot all about jumping, guys. You remember jumping? Do you guys know that there's jumps in this game? Don't worry, I got you covered.
Didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors
all that Elden Ring.
He desperately wanted to
You're not
turn
wrong.
the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch at any cost.
Agent Nightingale, huh? So that's a character I believe that gets referenced in Control. Good to know, good to know. I'll break all of this stuff down once we get further. Hello? Is that the sound of me about to be getting bullets again? Because I sure could use some. I sure would enjoy some way of protecting myself. Because I am empty. Didn't realize I was going to be this empty. Can I break down the story while break dancing? I don't think I have the flexibility for that. But don't worry, guys. I'm doing Ring Fit every Monday. I'll get there. I'll be svelte before you know it. And then I'll dance. Okay, well, this is good. I feel comfortable. All I have is a flashlight, and this stupid cardigan. Oh, there we go. Oh, brother. It's kind of rude. Oh, geez, guys, no. We don't have to be like all this to me. But okay, yeah. Yeah, look, it was a great place to lack bullets. Actually, I didn't. Well, this seems pretty bad. This seems pretty worse. Without gun, I have no control of the situation. That tram ride was out of control.
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Gross. Thank you for redeeming control. Harble, thank you for the hydrate.
The flares will keep the bastards away.
Oh. Flares. I like flares.
You can see them too?
Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Flare.
Because that's the way the story goes.
Wait, what?
Let's move.
I'm sorry.
My gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun.
Oh, I got no guns.
Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then
Cool.
I recognized him.
It's a reverse
He was on the
escort
ferry
mission.
When I first arrived here with Alice, he knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake. You better keep up.
I'm working on it, buddy. Oh, Jesus, why are they always behind me like that? Ah, my back. Ah, my goddamn body. Okay. Well, that could have gone better. You know, we're in it now. Oh! I didn't see it. He's bad. He's bad at this game. That guy, he's so bad at this, he didn't even protect me.
Why?
What an idiot.
Because that's the way the story goes.
God, he sucks.
Yeah, let's move.
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun.
Alright, don't worry. I've got flares. I'll use them this time. I was trying to be more conservative.
I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name.
You asked him what kind of noodles you were making, he was making you, and it was just noodles.
No way this was
That sounds like a GIF thing to say.
He was the kidnapper.
Look at the way he's running.
You better keep up.
This guy's bad at this game. Alright, check this out. I know exactly what's going to happen. Forward dodge. Yeah, baby. I'm sorry, do you see this flare? Do you feel comfortable in your decisions? You shouldn't. Yeah. I'm invincible. I'm a power couple, all to myself. Oh, don't think... Oh, I heard it and I still couldn't stop it. My God... It's too much! I'm getting dinked again. Okay. Wait, no, what's in here? I need this. I need everything inside of this thing, right here.
Monster!
Okay. Nope, more flares. You just live right there. Don't get dinked. You're welcome. Ow, my... That was racist. Okay, hurry up and reload, buddy. I changed my mind. I don't like reverse escort missions. I've decided they're bad.
Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun.
No time for back talk.
There he is. Well, there sure are a lot of them. Okay, that's fine. Here, I'll just light this, and I'll just put that there. That's for you, and you can all eat my ass. These don't last very long. Decided they're not.
Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us.
I'm working on it, Buster. There we go. You can have that too. Replace my battery.
Just a little longer. I almost got it.
I mean, you're taking your sweet time, but that's fine, man. It's not like our lives are on the... Ah! Really, buddy? There's always one. All right, let's get out of here. I'm leaving you behind. I have no patience.
That's right.
He really doesn't even have 100% accuracy? That's a decision?
All cozy and safe.
Yeah, I've got like several axe wounds in my kidneys that disagree with you.
They'll be on us soon.
But I only I only have 3 flares. You told me to use them all. You won't give me a gun. This is very stressful,
This is
Mr.
it,
Kidnapper.
The last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready.
Okay.
We
All right.
fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me
Okay.
the goddamn gun! They're coming!
That's
Gross.
not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
Oh, there they go. Hey, fellers. Don't worry. Flares. I'm an old hand at the... Are you still throwing shit at me? I have flares. This guy didn't read the memo. Can't believe Pale refuses to play Kingdom Hearts, but will play this, which is Diet Kingdom Hearts.
That's right. You just keep
There's not even a boat in this game, Papa Beatloaf. There isn't even a boat orgy scene in this game. How can you call it Kingdom Hearts Diet Edition? Ooh, a thermos! Hang on a second. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, hang on. There's this thermos over here that I gotta grab this. Ow, my legs! Fuck! Son of a bitch. Okay, no, that's fine.
We fight them as long as they keep coming.
I deserved all of that. That's all
Goddamn
right.
gun! They're coming!
That's fine.
That's not how this goes. Get with the program, Wake.
I'll take it. Oh, God. All right, guys. I'm going to need you to just back up off me. There you go. That goes on the ground. I'm just going to shimmy. Hold on. I'm just going to shimmy behind here and grab my thermos real quick. It won't even take a second. Okay, there we go. All right, Gucci. That's all I wanted. I feel like I didn't ask for a whole lot there. Reasonable hours. Okay, so now you just got to shoot them, right? Like, now you just got to do your only job. Ow! Hello? Little help? Little help, buddy. Little help. There you go. This man sucks in many ways. Yeah, I think we found a character less likable than Alan Wake. Oh, hello. What does that mean? Oh, they're coming over the walls. All right. Yeah. Perfectly fair. Even has his voice lines from chaff enemies in games. Is he just like a regular voice actor? An extras voice actor? I mean, I don't know how he pulled that shit off, so he's not that bad of a hand. Racist. There you go. Oh, I see him up there. I smell him up there. Oh, holy crumbs. Boy, was I lucky. Alan Lucky, they should call me. Oh, he's a big boy. Here, let me just, there. That's what I'll give you. Feel like these guys probably smell like mold? Probably. I can't imagine they smell great. You really gotta check your 6 in this game, like, all the time. I didn't realize I was gonna be playing Call of Duty Rainbow Six up in here. Okay, we good? Are we square? I guess we're square.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you.
Check your feet.
I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
Take a drink.
What the hell are you talking about?
I never get to
Where's
say it.
Alice?
I want the
Alan
entire
Feet.
manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her and
How did you fall with him? What do you mean? You really dove that far into the punch. You knew where you were, you goose. Hey, we got gun now. That's right, you better run. You better run, you sassy Sally.
You're gonna give me the manuscript or you'll be sorry.
I'm the one with the gun.
Come back here!
Hello?
I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me?
Read the room, my
Back
guy.
here!
Oh, hey, look, it's where I fell.
He
I
had
fell down
Alice,
here.
And he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Yeah, I don't have a manuscript to give him.
On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign. And nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
Yeah, Alan's not good unregulated. He probably needs like 2 Barry Wheelers. Barry's a miracle worker for keeping this man from dissolving his PR and himself, right? Dude, Barry must be doing something right if Alan Wake can punch a doctor in a police station and just walk out, you know? Barry's a miracle worker. Some kind of wunderkind. Super spice. That man's got the super spice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? I'm sorry, is that a bear trap? Did I just walk into a... Ah!
Warn me about these traps. It hurt like hell.
Bear trap.
Stuck.
Bear trap. I guess I've been betrayed. All of my video game instincts just betrayed me. Big shiny thing in the middle of the ground. Oh, is that a pickup? Do I get something from grabbing that? Like in every other game ever? No, it's a bear trap. Okay, good to know. Yeah, no, I understand now. Same page, guys. Same page. That's fine. Did you see the Alan Wake cookbook coming out? No. What kind of recipes are in a beetloaf? A pale trap. Little Nightmares 2 warned you about bear traps. It did. It did, but they were nothing like this. Like that, for instance. It's a fucking bear trap. Shut up. It's a good use of a bullet. I regret nothing. Well, now it's going to be hard to tell what's a bear trap and what's a collectible. This is dog boners. I guess I just assume everything is a bear trap now. Guess that's just what I have to do. Sometimes an Alan Wake's got to do what an Alan Wake's got to do. Did I miss his punchline? It's called Alan Bake. Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's good. Probably has puddings in there, right? Like a good British pudding. There we go. Very proficient. He had that in the oven for a while. Okay. 11 out of 10. The best use of bullets in Alan Wake is piling up his list of felonies. I get it, because bullet points. Damn, you're good. You're a good guy. I'm going to pause the game just so I don't get ambushed some more. Try to control the rate at which I'm killed. You'll be putting your letter of resignation in now. Don't do it. I need you, Beats. I need you like I need my feets. All right. Here we are. Crossing the log. Just one step closer to Alice Wake. Oh, Jesus fucking shit. Oh, I actually reacted on time. Here. You guys can have a little bit of that. Yeah? Does that feel good? You feel good about yourselves? You think you're cool? Think you're Mr. Cool Boy now? You look like a douche. Oh, hold on. You walked across a log. You wouldn't recommend it? Yeah, no, it doesn't seem super fun. Doesn't seem like the safest thing to do with one's legs. I'm being perfectly honest with you. The next group of enemies that attacks me, I'm just going to try and run past because I need my bullets for sleeping with. Yeah, like that guy. I mean, I'll light him up. You know, I'll give him the flashlight. There you go. That's for you. And then I'll run. I'll run, and I'll run some more. I probably should have figured out where it is I want to go before I start running, but you know, sometimes we adventurers just don't have time for that. Need my bullets for sleeping with? Yeah, that's what I said. I'll say it again. Why do I feel like I'm going a wronger way than I was before? I mean, at this point, I may as well just pop them in the puss, call it a day. I would like to make progress here without too much bullshit. Let's climb under this log. This seems like death. Seems like I'll die. What if I climb on the log? That doesn't really seem to help me much either. Okay. Ah, a bigger log. Perfect. Oh, that's what I get for looking at things. Got me a new Allen rake. Hello? Why am I not running? Why aren't I running? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you guys just keep doing that. Oh, fudge. Okay, no, that's fine. Here, check this out. Think you're smart? I'm smarter. Yeah, that's right. Looking like a couple of dum-dums. Look, it looks like it's dum-dum o'clock out here. Check the clock, because it's dum-dum time. I think I got everything. I think that's a manuscript page. If not, it's a bear trap, so I guess we'll find out. Excellent use of flair. Thank you! Every now and then I do something right.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock.
I'll remember that going forward, Jazz. I'll keep it in mind.
The woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
There's a chainsaw coming. Okay. Gross. Ah, but we have ourselves a hunting rifle, which is actually the best weapon in the game. The few times that you're able to caress its sleek shaft and neck. I don't really... No, you can stop that. Alright, here we go. It's a concept that blows before you have them. Yeah, my first experience with a generator was not a positive one. I'll be real.
The plane fall. It made no sense. It was clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Donnie Darko hours out here. Well, this is all very interesting. Uh-oh. This is all very interesting, but I mostly just want the treasure chest. Wherever that could be at the moment, you know? Like, did we hide it up our butt? Is it up there? Really? It's up here. Is that... I don't know if I can do anything about that. With my small human legs. Yeah, I see you're saying up, but I just... Okay, let's go back. Let's reassess this. So much so that I don't remember what you said. My brain yeeted the whole thing. Oh, damn. Okay. I would very much like to get on top of this plane. I would very much like to mount this plane. Maybe I can find another place to jump up. There seems to be a lot of judgment going on here. Yeah, this seems wise. Ow, ankles. Okay. Did that change anything for me? Did that make my life easier in any way? I do need an Allen brake. Thank you for noticing. Oh, hello. Get up here. There we go. There we go. Physics puzzle. All it took was shattering my legs. Again. I know you guys laugh at me when I do it, but can't argue with results, can you? You can try, but you'll fail. Now I know what you're thinking. You can go for an Allen shake right about now? What would be in it? What's an Allen shake made with? Okay, I've sort of been turned around a little bit. I don't... Oh, for Allen's sake. Oh, hang on. So in that cookbook, could you make an Allen cake? I don't suppose he has, like, climb physics, right? Like, no, he's just a turd. He's just a man turd. Allen likes playing Quake. Do you think he prefers Quake 3 or Quake 2? Or Quake 1? Where in the shit am I? Hello? How do I get anywhere? Where did I come from? Who is me? Oh, I found it. An Allen shake must be made with too much liquid smoke to account for his bitterness and crap quality. What is that? Is that the sound of rocks falling? It's a very weird sound effect to put there. Now of all times. When I'm this vulnerable. Yeah, see, there's just like fucking shitty dudes everywhere being shitty. Like, look at this. Look at this fucking guy. I have a generator to start. Excuse me, sir. I'll not be getting the best of me today. Because I am Alan Genius. Alan Gape. Yuck. Alright, so now where did this game want me to go? It has designs for me, I know it does. Dudes are coming. As soon as I leave the light. Dudes are coming into the air. Phil Collins can smell them. Oh, hold on. Fuck! Okay, there we go. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. I will not be fine. The chase is on. Fucking shit. Ow, jeez, dude, come on. Switch to a real gun. Ow, take an axe to the head. Okay, this is all going according to Keikaku. Oh, there's so many of them. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't, okay, this time for sure though. Fire it at the ground, baby. Okay, we're just gonna run. Just gonna run through, oh, no, that's water. Okay, nope, hang on, that's my legs. 1 second. Just wait, guys, just, no, hold on. No, I'm stuck in a tree, please, just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, looking dumb. I'm too smart for you. Don't make an Alan mistake now. It's like when people eat octopus ink. I want to have a squid ink pasta. I want that. I want that for myself. Hello? No. No, no, please. No. Okay, thank you. Hello? Yes. Good. Good structure. Very proud of you. Oh, platforming. Fuck! I hit a checkpoint. It's fine. Alan's night in birth. Just reload my weapon really quick here. You don't gotta worry about a thing. Sure there's some place where you're from that sells squid ink pasta? I hope so. Maybe I'll look into it. See if I can get that started. See if there's any restaurants that I can make my way to. My Alan way. Okay, let's try jumping here. This seems like a better fit for someone with my personality. You would jump on that water wheel so many times looking for secrets? Is that like advice, or are you saying that like that's a thing that you did? I'm guessing it's the second. Ah, Jesus, who? Who dares? Who? Who did it? Who was that? I'll fucking eat you. Hello? Is that a bear trap? Ah, fuck. What is... Oh, it's darkness. It's just a little blob. A little blob of darkness. I almost got killed by an inanimate object. Awaken his blob. You've had that, except it wasn't ink? You think it was beans? Wait, squid bean pasta? What's that? What is that? Neon Doll, you tell me right now what that is. What is squid beans pasta? I demand to know. Alan Snape? Well, he was played by Alan Rickman, so you might be onto something. Might be onto something, my friend. Oh, wrong button.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy
Does it only taste like regular spaghetti?
Inside, breathing hard from the exertion.
That's no fun.
Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
You sponsor too much to Alan take? Well, you know, I like them. I enjoy them quite a bit. I think it'll be a while before you Alan slake my my appetite for them. Hey, Aussie Gunslinger, welcome to the stream. How's the PS5 treating you? Tell me some stories about it. The ink doesn't really add much taste. It's more for color. I've been lied to. Joseph Joestar is a trickster. Because the only reason I even want to try it in the first place is because JoJo made a big deal out of it. You know, I'm a very cultured boy. Let's see. No, it was regular pasta except dyed black with beans. Like black beans? Because I love black beans. I would eat black bean pasta. I would. I'm not afraid to say it. PS5 is pretty good. You're enjoying it. Do you still have it upside down, or do you get it worked out? Hello? Oh, there we go. Page.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot,
Alan Nape.
they hadn't been just locals on
It was a
the
good
rank.
attempt. I liked it.
Somehow the world had changed.
Alan
like
Drake.
The channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
I mean, when birds start attacking anything, it's not really all that surprising. That's just what they do. They're just shitty people. Birds are some of the worst people I know. And I'm tired of having to hide it all the time, you know? All this political correctness stopping me. Ooh, a thermos. Hello. Hey. Got that Java. My Java's updated, thank you. Want to watch The Birds? Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. He even has a bird name in his name. I can't trust him. Can't trust anything he does. Mood. Java the Hutt. It's like a giant blob monster made out of coffee grounds. I would watch it. Good. Feel accomplished. The darkness wears her face. Okay, well that's good to know. I think I'm gonna cliffhanger us here. Yeah? Yeah. I think I'm gonna call the stream right about here, right when we get to the darkness wears her face. What could it mean? Who knows? Let me just catch up on chat really quick though before I go. I went to the Bird Kingdom and it was amazing. No evil burbs there. Okay, well those are like burbs bred in captivity. They've been reasoned with. As a person who likes birds, I can still confirm that they care about you even less than cats, unless they're crows. I like crows. Crows are amazing. A crow is literally my spirit animal, so that's cool. Yeah, crows are fantastic. You can't wait to see what Alan awaits. You're on fire. You guys are on fire today. I was not on fire today. I hope that was still okay. I read a story. That's got to count for something. Pause the game real quick. You never know. You never know what happens. What shall be Alan's fate? All right, dope. Apologies, Aussie Gunslinger, you just jumped in, but I've been at it for about 2 hours. Kind of tired. I'm tired. Hey, Paradox Zero, haven't seen you in a million years. So, welcome to the stream, and congratulations on also not being on fire. Let me see. Let me just set this up really quick. Okay, that's fine. I think that's good. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming to the stream. I appreciate everyone who showed up, and I appreciate everyone who stayed even more. If you like me, you can follow me on Twitter at Pale_Voyager, or sub to the YouTube channel, Pale Voyager, or join the Discord, be a part of the community. We're pretty chill. We're pretty funny. You know, good things happen to those who join the Discord. The next stream is going to be Tuesday night at 7 p.m. I'm just going to play Shredder's Revenge. I'm just going to fuck around with some Ninja Turtles. It's just going to be really, really chill. I see that. Don't worry, I'll get to it. So that's the plan then. Hope to see you guys there. Until then, please take the sweetest care of yourselves. And, you know, I will do the same. Thank you so much for the sub, Pit Mimi. 14 months. Was that just the announcement, or was it a new sub? Like, you maybe just like didn't hit the share button until now. Either way, I really appreciate you. Welcome back to the Pee Pee Poo Poo Squad, which, of course, as you know, is a working title. I'll change it later, surely. I'm gonna raid Big Dude. I think it's time to just give him a bit of a raid. It ran out. It's just past midnight. Oh, so it is new. Wow, golly. Okay, well, thank you so much. 14 months. Holy cow. I really do appreciate that. I saw on the Discord your watch hours. That's crazy. It's crazy that I've even streamed around that much. Was that watch hours this month? In the last 30 days in total? No matter what it is, it's pretty impressive. That was for May. Yeah, right? That's wild. I'm actually impressed that I streamed for 17 hours. I'm assuming you were there for every hour. So that's how many hours I streamed in May, clearly. Because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I missed a lot of them in May. It's kind of spicy. Whew, yep, there it is. All right. Well, we're gonna raid Big Dude. He's playing Ark Survival Evolved. Make sure that you say some highs to him. You missed 3 streams? Well, shit, I was on a tear. Here I keep thinking I cancel all of them. I guess the numbers don't lie. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of the stream. You really make it fun for me too. You make me want to keep doing it. So every time I do this, it's always pleasantly surprising and gratifying to see that people show up and interact with me. So I'll catch you guys later. That's it. Stream's over. Everybody out.